All right. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Brakaha Kodash. Double honors unto the elder high priest that taught my elder apostles. Double honors unto my elder apostles and elder bishops at Great Millstone or GMS. Peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Atazaria from the Great Millstone, Houston. Back with another lesson. This one's going to be dealing with these SNAP benefits, okay, and the effects that they're going to have and who they're going to have an impact on, which ultimately will have an impact on the whole economy. And we're going to get into it, and, as always, Lord willing, this will be edifying. All right. Um, but before we do that, let's get a scripture. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. All right. Okay. Let me get where the hell did I put the glasses? All right. And this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. Let me pull it on here too. About behind the watermark. All right. And let's start at just get straight to the point. Let's start at 3. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, okay, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, okay, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, and what this is basically going into, okay, is the downfall of the economy. Okay, the grinding ceasing is working, slowing down. Okay, now when this money isn't allocated, that's going to affect people's work. Let's say you work in a grocery store. Okay, then that's going to affect the chain that you work for. And that's just one aspect of it. Because if I'm banking on this money coming through to cover my food, then that means if it doesn't come through, then that money that I thought was going to be for food, okay, that's not coming, I'm going to have to get it from somewhere else. Okay, that's just what it is. And people are already having to stretch every dollar. Okay, every dollar they trying to make it go as far as they possibly can, man. Okay, but let me read this one more time. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house, okay, these economists are saying it ain't looking good at all. Like, and that's an understatement. Okay. That's why I like watching that one Jake Orlando Minor, because he talks about all of the job losses and how these companies don't care about people and how the economy is in the crapper, and he kind of pokes fun at it, you know what I mean? And it's comical, but it's true, right? So these economists are looking at this whole situation as like, man, we in trouble. Okay. So, and this is again only dealing with SNAP benefits. So what I'm gonna do, let me do this. Okay, because Salakia. All right, what I did was I went to the Google, all right, and I said break down the SNAP benefits for each demographic, right? So let me read a little bit of this. All right, it says, according to the fiscal year 2023, the U.S. Department of Agriculture All right. Most supplemental nutrition assistance program. All right. The supplemental nutrition assistance program. And SNAP is the acronym for that. Okay. Benefits go to households with the greatest financial need. SNAP benefits are provided to individuals of all races and ages, but are based on household income, size, and expenses, not a person's demographic profile. Distribution of participants by age. Okay, so I may have just asked that wrong. Anyway, the largest share of SNAP recipients are children and working age adults. Okay, so here we have, it says 18, children 18, under 18, 39%, okay, of SNAP participants. Children under 5, 11%. School grade children, 28%. Adults, 42. Older adults, 19. Okay. Distribution of participants by race and ethnicity. Now, this is where it get good. Okay. SNAP is a diverse program serving Americans from all racial and ethnic backgrounds. Right. White, okay, about 37% of SNAP participants or participants, Slovakia. Okay. So-called white people make up the largest majority of participants, okay, or recipients, okay. 37%, 26% is black. All right, Hispanic 16, Asian 4, Native American a little over 1%. Okay. And then you have unknown or unreported approximately 17%. Okay. Now, what I found interesting, which we already knew, the biggest receiver, that 37%, is so-called white people. But when you look at social media, the TikToks, Twitter, X, the shorts on YouTube, what have you, who's the face for SNAP recipients? Typically Eve with a damn popcorn bag on her head of some sort. Okay? Whether it be that bonnet that they just can't seem not to, because I guess they just can't do nothing with their head. I don't know. I don't know. Or they'll have on all hair hats, But the poster child for SNAP is typically the so-called black woman. Okay? Then we're seeing a lot of black women, right? Coming on social media, talking about how they gonna steal and get people to fight for them and this, that, and the third, if they don't receive their SNAP benefits, okay? And I'm sure some of it is true. I'm sure some of it is AI. Because we're talking about the devil. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay? You think Esau, if they ain't got it, they not going to do something to try to get it too? Of course they are, man. Now, maybe they have just a little more sense than to go on social media and put it out there for the world about future crimes. Crimes they plan on committing. Okay? But they'll get down and dirty too. You see? But again, when you look at it and as a whole on social media, whatnot, Eve is the poster child for this thing. Okay? So that helps for people to get it in their mind. Well, I sure hope it don't go through. To hell with them black bees, Because truth be told, everybody's sick of Eve, man. Eve is sick. Eve is sick of Eve. Okay? Everybody's sick of the belligerency, that loud mouth, can't tell me nothing, it ain't my fault. I'm not going to jail. You ain't taking me to jail. Y'all ain't doing this. What are you talking about? Everybody's sick of that. That nasty, stank, disgusting, loud attitude. Everybody's sick of it. So it's easy to believe. Okay? All by design. Esau did this thing perfectly, man. Okay? Because he's ultimately to blame. All right? So the people that would, they don't have any, they won't sympathize with this, with the cause. You see? They won't. And it's a lot of Jakes that hope that shit don't go through too, just because of Eve's big goddamn mouth and bad attitude, man. Okay? But anyway, let me come back to this. All right. I wanted to bring out something over here I got on my other device. Okay, what I did was I went on here and I just asked, how much do grocery stores plan on losing, okay, if SNAP benefits don't go through? And this is what the AI came up with. It says grocery chains could lose 6% to 10% of their sales, with independent and smaller stores facing the biggest risk of closures, as an estimated 12% of all U.S. grocery sales. Okay, because they come from SNAP benefits. The exact loss varies greatly by store, with some seeing a decline of 28% if if snaps don't go through, right? And others being significantly less impacted. This could lead to job losses, reduced orders for suppliers. You see? So it's more than just, oh, well, they not going to get they SNAP. Because where that money going to go right back to? The economy. Just like when they put out the stimulus checks, they're to stimulate the economy. So that money that came from the government through the stimulus was to put it back into the economy to get things boosted, to, shoot it a little octane, shoot it a little gas, so we can get the motor going again, So this is the same thing. Okay? These grocery stores, that's part of their budget. How much we gonna get in this on the 1st, the 3rd, the 15th? They order for these things. Okay? So if this don't go through, they stand to lose big time. And again, who is it gonna affect? This could lead to job losses, reduced orders for suppliers. If the suppliers aren't getting that many orders, we don't need that many people working in either. But we need more people picking and stocking, these orders going out. Stop pulling these orders, and shipping, stocking, loading up these 18-wheelers, these tractor trailers. We don't need that many people to do it. We're not getting that many orders in. You see? This could lead to job losses, reduced orders for supplies, and wider economic effects along the food supply chain. And again, think about this: the food supply. Who in America don't need to eat? So that goes to say it's gonna affect everybody. Okay? What if you're a trucker? What if you work at the facility where the orders come into the warehouse? Okay? What if you doing the Instacart? Well, I don't know how Instacart will be affected too much, but I mean, it would be affected in some way. It's it's going to affect everything, man. Okay? It's going to affect everything. All right? Let's see if we get a little more. All right. Impact on grocery chains, varying levels of impact. The impact differs significantly. Some smaller local stores could lose up to 70% of their sales, making them highly vulnerable to closure. You see that? And what if the store closed? Now they ain't ordering nothing. The people that work for that store, that's done. That's less we ain't gotta send a truck over there no more. Well, you know what? We really don't need two drivers then. Well, you know, hey, well, who's been here longer? Or who's whatever. However they base it off, whatever they base it off of. Who we gonna keep and who we ain't gonna keep. You know? All these things are going to affect the economy in some form or fashion. Okay? It says large chains like Walmart have a lower percentage of their total sales tied to SNAP, but still face a significant hit to their revenue. Okay? I just saw something about Walmart having a hiring freeze for it was a good little stretch of time. Okay? Because they plan on bringing in all of this AI, this automated technology, okay, to replace human workers. You see? Okay, let's go a little more. It says large chains like Walmart have a lower percentage of their total sales tied to SNAP, but still face a significant hit to their revenue. Independent and smaller stores are most at risk. These stores particularly, I don't know what the fuck is going on tonight. It's hard for me to pronounce words. Get this shit out. It says particularly in low income areas have a much higher reliance on SNAP. You damn right. You know, in the hoods, shit, Jake ain't got a car. Big Shirley ain't got a car. Keisha ain't got a car. So they gonna go right there to them local stores right around where they live. You know? They may pay a dollar more for whatever it is they get, a few dollars more, you know, but that's what they could get because that's as far as they could go, you know. So if they not getting the SNAP, then them little small stores ain't getting nothing either. Okay. It says large chains also feel the effect, while a 5 point let me see where I was. Independent and smaller stores are most at risk. These stores, particularly in low-income areas, have a much higher reliance on SNAP benefits and are more likely to close if they lose their revenue. Yeah, they're more likely to close. They're not going to just, you know, we get rid of a couple of people, you know, and just cut back. They probably have to close altogether. You see? It says large chains also feel the effect while a 5.5% sales decline for Walmart's U.S. businesses might seem small, it still represents a substantial loss in revenue. Ripple effect on the supply chain. Let's see what this say. When a store loses revenue, it purchases less from wholesalers. Absolutely. I mean, this is just common economics. Okay? This has a cascading effect, reducing demand for farmers, right? Yeah, I forgot about the farmers. You see? It says, and other food producers, people that produce food, might not necessarily be a farmer, may be processed foods, whatever so-called food. Okay? It says when a store loses revenue, it purchases less from wholesalers, right? This has a cascading effect, reducing demand for farmers and other food producers, which can lead to job losses throughout the entire food supply chain. Okay? Other potential consequences, job losses. As stores struggle with reduced sales and may even close, jobs within the grocery sector could be eliminated. Reduced commodity access. The closure of stores, especially in rural or low-income areas, could lead to further reductions in access to healthy and affordable food options for residents. Economic impact beyond stores, the loss of property tax revenue from shuttered stores and reduced economic activity can have a negative impact on local economies. You see? Let's see, it say dive deeper. Uh, so it says if benefits are suspended for 1 month, this could result in sales loss of approximately $2 billion for the. Okay, let me see. Now this is for Walmart. This is just Walmart. Market research firm Numerator reports that Walmart captures about 24% of all SNAP spending nationwide. This is Walmart, probably the largest chain, right? If benefits are suspended for 1 month, this could result in a sales loss of approximately $2 billion for the company. And we know Walmart, man. They drop people like bad habits. Okay? You sneeze wrong, well, we just had to replace them. Okay? It says supermarkets SNAP spending accounts for roughly 8% of all grocery spending across the country. And interruption of benefits would impact sales for all major food retailers. Devastating impact on smaller independent grocers, which we just went through. Okay? They'll pretty much get wiped out. Okay? It says high-risk retailers, according to an analyst by the Center for American Progress, over 27,000 retailers in areas with high SNAP participation are at the highest risk. You see? And we know who them people are. That's Jake. Okay, them Jake neighborhoods. Okay? So all of this is definitely, if it goes through, which we're praying it do, man. Because we need for it to get bad. We need for it to get worse before because it's got to get worse before the kingdom come. So we just looking for the dark days, man. So we be that much closer to getting out of here. As much as it may hurt, it is what it is. Okay? So, let me see. And that's it. Lord willing, this was edifying. Just touching on this situation, like we were speaking about this weekend, Hey, man, it's going to be exciting to see, okay, how this is all going to play out just with this one thing, And then we got a hurricane coming, and we don't know where it's going. It's about to impact Benjamin, all right, about to hit Jamaica, okay? So we're going to see how that plays out as well. All this stuff could be leading up to the perfect storm, man, So, again, Lord willing, this was edifying, and with that, I'm going to close. It's on to the next one. Till then, I say shalom.